Shut up and sit down.
This is the Uncensored Voice. No bullshit, just real shit.
Discussing things that will stir the pot. Only here on the Uncensored Voice.
With your host, Ricky Midnight.
Hey guys, this is Ricky Midnight with the Uncensored Voice.
And this is Zach Mullins.
Hey Zach, did you say you wanted to talk about stocks again today?
Oh, I love stocks.
Stocks are great. Stocks make you money.
And if you guys were listening to me about some of the stock tips that I gave you guys a little bit ago, you would be sitting very, very pretty.
Yeah. Before we get into that, though, hey, if you guys want to call and speak with Zach about stocks, his recommendations, or give any kind of tips, phone number is 210-233-9968. It's also on the screen. It's 210-233-9968. Now, keep in mind, this is not something that we are experts in, so don't sue us if you lose money on the stock exchange.
I'm just a dumb redneck from Wall, Texas.
But tell us your good news.
Okay. Well, let me pour myself a drink here first because it's worth it.
Got to celebrate, sir.
Mm-hmm.
I don't drink, unfortunately, anymore.
Well, I made $2,000 in a day.
$2,000 in a day, sir.
Uh-huh.
Takes me a couple of weeks to make that. That's nice.
In my other job, I don't even make that in a couple of weeks.
That's pretty good.
I make more money trading stocks than I do in my day job.
Yeah. Well,
but okay, so the recap, the specific stock that I wanted to talk about today was BBIG. It's Venco Ventures. So the price was like around 778 is the last time I bought some, right? And it was at the third. And then now it's about to get squeezed and skyrocket. So what happened yesterday and the beginning part of today is that it went from like $10 all the way up to $12. And yet, like yesterday, it went from that 8 range, and then it jumped all the way to like 1050. And then it went all the way up.
Keep climbing.
And it kept climbing.
What is BBIG?
Venco Ventures, they do NFT streaming software and things like that.
Like kind of like what we're doing now? Like Zoom, things like that?
Well, like there's a thing that's coming out on the market where they're selling NFTs, and it's like an album, but it's got videos, it's got like behind the scenes footage, it's got a whole bunch of stuff that's involved in it. And but what they do specifically is it's an acquisition company which focuses on digital media and content technologies. Mm-hmm. And the company is engaged in consumer product research and development, manufacturing, and sales. The company provides web-enabled platforms to process, to connect the innovators of a product with potential licenses. The company has developed brands, including N-brands, which act as a launchpad for items that have articulated through the innovation portal and things like that. So like Cloud Bee, Parista, Ubermom, Lillian Gray, Trillion Trees, Barclay Lane, and the company also sells packaging products to pharmaceutical and e-commerce companies.
Okay, never heard of any of that stuff, but hey, if there's money involved, I'm gonna have to learn.
And it's been talked about. It's been talked about being a candidate to pretty much go to the moon, as they say. Mm-hmm. And if you're a day trader, which means you buy stocks and sell them in the same day. Mm-hmm. This is like your Christmas if you know how to recognize that it's going to go on a downtrend real quick, and then you sell it while you have profit, and then it's going to go down. Like right now, it went all the way up to I think 1150 today, and then now it's back at 979.
So okay, let's do this. Okay, if I was brand new to everything, right? I know the word stocks and how to spell it, right? But I don't know much of anything else about it, right? So walk us through the very beginnings on how I get into trading stocks or purchasing stocks.
Well, the first thing you do after you see this video is click on my referral link.
Okay.
I'm gonna post it onto the chat, and then so you can
And you can put it on our website too. We'll do that.
and you'll be a part of the trading platform that I personally use, and you'll get 3 free stocks
Okay.
when you put a deposit in, and then I'll get 3 free stocks.
Okay.
So basically, even if you don't ever use it again, it's free money.
All right.
It's at least $9 for free that you didn't have.
Yes. Okay.
But so before you get into investing in stocks and things like that, you pretty much got to know what a stock is.
Okay.
So there's lots of like colloquialisms and things and like modern terms that like you don't have any stock in that. Why are you gonna give a shit, right? But so what a stock is basically the company is split up into shares. And so when you purchase a stock, you are purchasing a part of that company. So if the company does good and the stock price increases, so does the value of that stock that you hold. So I bought this stock for 10, and then now it's worth $20,
Okay.
right? And then
It doubled in price.
it doubled in price, and I could go out and sell it.
So when you sell it, you make double your money. If you sell all the stock that you purchased in that case, right?
Well, technically you don't, but so
Why do you technically don't?
because we live in America,
So no, I know why. Tell our listeners why.
because it's still taxed.
It's still taxed, okay? And there's another reason.
Well, it depends on it depends on if you use commission-based trading. But if you use my link, Webull is commission free.
Oh, okay. Even better. Weeble's commission free.
Yes.
You just got to give Uncle Sam his share of your earnings.
And that's okay. I didn't really work too hard for it anyway.
Yeah. Okay. So now that we know what stocks are and we understand what shares are, right? Okay. If I wanted to get into the stock trade or stock purchasing, how would I go about doing it?
Well, I mean, bare bones basic. It's like shooting at rabbits at nighttime without any kind of light. If you don't train yourself, there's several tools, and that's one of the things that we're going to do here on the Uncensored Voice is we're gonna start giving terms and things like that. But generally, with BBIG, I'm not gonna lie to you, I did not do any real technical things. I looked at news that was happening, and then I went into several like Reddit groups. I went to Facebook groups. I was just perusing the internet, looking at everything that I could find on this company, and everyone was saying the same thing. And generally, when everyone is saying the same thing, it's probably a good bet that it's going to skyrocket, because the one thing that really helps a stock increase is the volume.
Okay.
And then the volume, and what volume is the amount of people that are trading, selling and buying. And then when volume increases, generally the price will follow if they're all buying. Now, if more of the volume is selling than buying, then the price is going to go down.
Well, yeah, it's just like the housing market. If there's more people selling in your neighborhood, then you're going to be driving the price down, because people are like, why is everybody abandoning this neighborhood? Is it not a good place to live? Oh.
And the two of the main things before you get invested in the stock market that I would tell you is don't invest money that you can't afford to lose.
Okay.
So when you invest money, you should just already write that money off in your mind that it's gone, that you're not going to see it again, that you're going to lose all of your money.
Yeah.
Go ahead and go in there with that, because if you go in with that mindset, you're not going to get as upset when when sometimes the stocks don't work out, or you don't sell it in time,
Mm-hmm.
or something like that. Because I mean, some bad news could destroy a company.
Mm-hmm.
Companies could have an amazing year one year, and then before they report financials again, they could be bankrupt.
So kind of like if Tesla is doing great, they're building cars, they're doing they're going to outer space, and everything's good to go on Tesla. They're building all these nice batteries to store your electricity for the green thing that's happening. But if they have a little bit too many cars burning, and it takes 30,000 gallons of water to put those cars out, um, that could hurt them, right? And could hurt the stock, and it could go.
And it's I'm not talking bad about
No, I'm not
Elon
talking.
Musk
I,
or Elon Musk
I'm not
or
talking about any one particular thing. I'm just using an example.
no, I'm saying I'm not talking bad about Elon Musk or
Mm-hmm.
anything like that.
Yeah.
But he is he is the focal point and the main driver of that company.
Mm-hmm.
Suddenly he gets arrested
Mm-hmm.
and he's no longer there.
Yeah.
That could be an absolute detriment to that
Kind
company.
of like Robert Downey Jr.
Mhm.
Just kind of like Steve Jobs. He was when he left Apple. They kind of plummeted until he came back. They kind of blew. So they said, "Please come back, sir, please." So.
Yeah, I mean, Apple's a different beast.
Mm-hmm.
Apple likes to fluctuate with their phone releases and the releasing of their products.
Yeah.
Like they have some stocks, like Apple,
Mm-hmm.
they have a busy season and they have a kind of dormant season.
Mm-hmm.
And if you get in when it's low, and then you can sell when it's high, then you can make a profit that way. There's another type of investing. So we have already talked about day trading. There's also dividend investing. And with the dividend investing, there's companies like one of the things that's in my dividend portfolio is STAG, like
Mm-hmm.
Stag,
Mm-hmm.
right? And what they do is they are a REIT. And what a REIT is a real estate investment trust.
Okay.
So what they do, it's basically like you're investing in real estate,
Mm-hmm.
but you're not doing any real work.
So is it you're more investing in real estate companies, I guess?
Yeah, yes.
Yeah. Okay.
See, with a REIT, they'll invest in different real estate companies and
Okay.
things like that,
Okay.
generally. But what STAG does, and why I pick realty
Mm-hmm.
things to invest in, primarily right now, but with the REITs, it's volatile because generally it's tied to either what kind of REIT it is. So,
Mm-hmm.
like, say if you're in a house, a mortgage REIT for houses, and the housing market tanks, your stock price is going to tank.
Yeah.
So then your dividend could be less.
Mm-hmm.
So, but with STAG, they pay me 12 cents per share every month. So with but so what they do is what they do specifically STAG is they own the warehouses that hold the products for Amazon
Mm-hmm.
and Costco
Okay.
and Sam's Club and
Yeah, and
Walmart.
you were saying, yeah, they will all these places actually lease their buildings,
Hmm.
so they hold the leases. So obviously they make a lot of money. Yeah.
And then if they decided to pull out of there,
Mhm.
then yeah, it could go down. But I I honestly don't think they're going to. If they haven't done it in 10,
Yeah.
15 years, they're not going to just randomly start. And generally, if you invest in a stock, you need to check up on your businesses because I mean technically you're a partial owner of that business, so
Yeah.
check on the news of your business, which we live in a glorious age of the internet that have instantaneous access to all of the information. And that those are the two bare bones, basic little kind of hip pocket classes on those two things. Um, and then another cool thing that just happened is do you remember the Dogecoin craze?
I do.
Okay, yeah. So there's another one out there called Shiba Inu. Or,
Shiba Inu.
yeah, like the dog.
Okay, SHIBA,
Yeah,
and then ENYU,
EINU.
EINU. Okay,
Uh, I don't know. I might be saying that wrong, but
okay,
I'm just sounded it out.
and that's a Bitcoin,
It's kind of like it's a digital
the digital
cryptocurrency.
current. Yeah,
Yeah, it's
digital
not
coin.
Bitcoin. Bitcoin's
Well, it's
really
not
expensive.
Bitcoin, but that's digital currency. Yeah.
But so if that stock, I put in $60, and honestly, that's a gamble because it might not go anywhere because it's not even real.
Yeah.
Just kind of like Dogecoin.
I
It's
put 300 into Ethereum about 5 years ago.
is it still there?
I don't know. I forgot my password.
You should probably
I
call
could be a billionaire right now. I don't know.
Ethereum. So you put $400 in
No,
there.
I put 300 in. 300 in about 4, maybe 5 years ago.
Do you remember how much everything was? Because I could tell you exactly how
Jeez,
much.
I don't know. If you can tell me how much it was 4 or 5 years ago, that's how I bought it at. Let's say it was 5 years ago. I bought it at 5 years ago.
Ethereum. I could probably tell you. It just take me a couple of seconds because I gotta.
And I've been trying to find my password to get in. I can't find my dang password. I need to keep looking because you could be talking to a billionaire. Could be like Jeff Bezos or something. I don't know.
I mean, when did you say this? Like 3 years ago?
No, about 5 years ago.
Five-
$300 about 5 years ago.
So $300 about 500 years ago. Okay, so you pretty much bought one share.
Is that what it was?
Because in 2018, because unless you bought a fractional share, let's see.
Whatever $300 gets me, what I put in there.
Because you go to the date. So was it 2017?
Something like that, yeah.
So 2017, it was around 372.
Mm-hmm.
Today, it is right at this exact moment. It is $3,475.
Well, I'm not a billionaire, but
But I mean, the return on that is tenfold, literally.
yeah, pretty much.
So
I need to remember my password. That's all I need to do.
I mean, all you have to do is talk to technical support.
Yeah, I know. I've just been so busy doing things. I haven't gotten around to it.
Well,
I'll just let it sit there until it gets more or less. I mean, it's $300. Just like you said at the beginning of this broadcast, I don't put money in that I can't afford to lose. It's 300. Yeah, whatever. It's gone. Or it's not. But it's not a big deal to me.
But see, so if you're one of those type of people, what I would do is, I mean, yeah, you could leave it there, but you could take it out, and then you could invest it in a dividend stock,
I should.
right? Then you can use those dividends. That's called a DRIP. It's Dividend Reinvestment Program, and it takes the dividends that you make from that stock, and then it reinvests it back into that company.
I know you were telling about that. You were telling us about that last time. That's actually intriguing.
So if on some of those stocks, if I put $500,000 in there, right, and that's a lot of money,
Yeah.
right? But it would literally, in some of my stocks, it literally pay me over $1,000 a month.
Yeah.
Like
That's good.
it would pay me like on one
Hey,
of
I
my
could
stocks.
use an extra grand a month.
It paid me like $1,800 a month,
Yeah, I can deal with that.
and that's ridiculous when you really sit down and think about it,
Yeah.
because you're just living off dividends.
Yeah, pretty
And
much.
then you can choose to either use that and invest it in something else, and continually make more money, because the average return on the stock market's 7%. So that's why I don't use savings accounts personally. I use the stock market just because.
Yeah, you were telling me about that last time, and before you explain to us again for all the listeners out there, what is it you said is the app you use? I'm assuming app that you use that doesn't you have to pay them commissions. What is it?
Well, there's a few of them out there.
There's a few of them. I'm assuming the one that I'm using is not, right, which is M1 Finance. They take commissions, right?
I mean, but M1 Finance is also very good. It's a very good platform to use. It's not a bad platform at all, and I don't know if there's still commission on commission. I would look into that. It depends on what you do on there, I think, because there's a fee just to use the program, but they also have a lot of tools that a lot of other things don't have, which is it just depends on, like, if you're very active and it may be worth it to you. I mean, if you're just kind of like a sit there and, oh, well, I like AMD.
Mm-hmm.
I know AMD is going to be around for a very long time. I'm just going to throw it in AMD and see what happens. And then, so yeah. But a lot of them kind of work as high interest savings accounts. So like they'll give you interest on money that's just sitting there, not even being utilized. So if you just wanted to sit there, you have your money there, and then you have one position open, and you have the rest of your money kind of just sitting there, right? It's going to accrue interest, and it's going to accrue interest pretty quickly. And the thing about that is regardless of, even if you don't really invest, you're still going to get a return. And it combats inflation. And that's the one thing that your savings account doesn't do, because the years of the high yield savings accounts are gone.
Yeah. Yeah, you were telling us about that last time. Can you explain to the listeners why a high yield or just a savings account that gives you a percentage is not as good as the stock market giving you money or returns? Can you explain to a reason?
And in my personal experience and seeing what it does, so the stock market crashed. It's crashed multiple times. Everyone's saying impending doom. The stock market's going to crash.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Just like with COVID, the stock market got rocked pretty hard, but it's also recovered really, really quickly. And the recession in 2008 was was worse than the stock market crash of 29.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of 1929, you know, the ones that we learn about in the history books and everything like that.
Leslie worse. Yeah.
It was worse.
I know.
And
That's when I lost my job because my company's stock just plummeted. Yeah. So I lost my job back then.
but
Laid off.
But so, I mean, it's just an investment that's worth it, because I mean, the money that's sitting in your savings account so you put $100 in your savings account. Well, in 7 years, and you don't touch it, you're still going to have $100 in your savings account, but you can't buy the same amount of things that you can with $100 7 years from now. It's just not going to happen. I mean, because inflation always rises, and
So your buying power is less than what you put in there to begin with.
exactly, and
Yeah.
it's like, and if I can do this, pretty much anyone can do it. But
Yeah.
I have a system pretty much that
A foolproof system.
well, it's not a foolproof system, but I mean, you can manage and weigh your risk and things that you're comfortable with. And with me, I'm not a very risky person. So, and that's one thing that can really get people, is being greedy.
Yeah.
So like their stock is just rising and rising and rising, and they're like, oh, I'm not gonna sell, and then they go to work, and they're at their day job for 8 hours, and then they come back, and then they're down $1,000. So, I mean, with me, I
Well,
buy.
that's day traders, though, right? Or just just anybody. But I mean,
Day traders, that's not normally like day traders, because day traders are sitting there watching it, and if it goes too far down, they're just gonna sell it. They're gonna cut their losses, and that's how I can lose a little bit, but I gain more. So there's certain things that I have a feeling about, like BBIG, and I feel strongly that it's going to rise and it's going to get there. So if it goes down, I'm just going to buy more.
oh, okay.
Like this, I'm going to buy more at a lower price. And then once that happens, it's going to bring my average cost of the stock down and things like that. So even if I were to lose money, I wouldn't lose as much. I mean, in the grand scheme of things, you would still lose if it didn't go up at all. But
Yeah, it's just like anything else. I'm going to use an example: gambling. It's just like gambling. You go to the casino with, say, you're going to spend $50 at the casino. Nothing more, not winnings, but just the original $50. And the way I always do it is, put $50 in my left pocket, put my winnings in my right pocket. Never let the two cross, right? So when I'm done spending that $50, I'm done. I walk out the door, period. Even if I have, $5,000 in my right pocket, I walk out the door. It's kind of how I look at life. You know.
And that's a good way to look at it too. And so the one thing that I do that generally makes me successful.
Mm-hmm.
So the stock is going up. I usually trade what we call penny stocks.
Mm-hmm.
Most people think penny stocks are literally pennies. I mean,
Oh, that's what I think.
and that's
Is that not right?
I mean, it's right, but
Mhm.
I consider a penny stock anything less than $10.
Okay.
Okay, so I buy this stock for $1,
Mm-hmm.
right? And then I buy 1,000 of them.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I spend $1,000, and then that stock goes up 10 cents.
Mm-hmm.
I made $100,
Mm-hmm.
and I sell it, and I like because it could keep going up,
Mm-hmm.
but it could go down, and so I'm gonna ride it. I'm gonna ride it till it goes up, and then once it starts going back down again, I just sell it.
Isn't that kind of how the Wolf of Wall Street did it? He started off in penny stocks, right?
No, he started out in pink sheets. Pink sheets and penny stocks are different.
Yeah, explain
So
to me.
pink sheets weren't regulated
Okay.
and things like that. They had very, very loose rules, and so like these companies weren't even proven. Like
Okay.
you're investing in companies that are like, say if someone wanted to invest in us right now,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And like someone was like, oh, we got these two up and coming MCs.
We can only go up.
And, and things like that, and then like they're just laying it on thick, like
Yeah.
we do billions and billions of dollars in ad
Mhm.
revenue and things like that.
Mhm.
So basically, he was lying to people,
Mhm.
and that's what the what got him in a whole bunch of trouble. That and not paying taxes
Oh, okay. All right.
and a lot of other things. But I mean, he's very legitimate. He was a very good salesman. He could
Mhm.
he could sell anything. The Wolf of Wall Street movie doesn't give any credit to the actual craft that Jordan Belfort
Mhm.
made, you
Mhm.
know. And like I would give props to him if he just wasn't as big of a douche as he is. You know, I mean, it's all good, but I just think that the one thing that people don't realize is the main problems with America in general. It doesn't matter what it is, be it race relations, foreign policy,
Mm-hmm.
anything. It's ignorance.
Yeah.
It's you just don't know. Like, yeah, my grandpa and like this teacher's like, oh yeah, save your money, work hard, and invest. To me, I was just like, okay, I guess that's a 401k plan, and let them do it.
Mm-hmm.
Which is it's okay. You can do that. You can do that through your company or whatever, and you know it'll be all right. But I want to be able to go out to eat, and I want to be able to order whatever I want just because that's what I want to eat. I don't want to have to look at the filet
prices and
mignon,
stuff, yeah.
the filet mignon, and then oh I can't order that. That's $40,
Mhm.
or something like that. And then I just want to be able to send my kids to college if that's
Mhm.
something that they choose to do,
Mhm.
and I want to bring my kids up in a financially savvy way, because if I would have started doing this at 18, 19, I would have well been a millionaire a long time ago, and
Mhm.
with very minimal risk. Because when I was a kid, I looked at Amazon and I was like, oh man, this is going to be something. And then I saw Netflix and I was like, oh man, this is going to be something. You know what I mean? Like I was just a little kid. I was like, man, this is going to be like the company of the future and
Mhm.
things like that. And I was once upon a time I was married, and my wife
Well-
at the time
Okay.
told me no, because I wanted to invest in Bitcoin.
Okay.
I wanted to invest like $2,000 into Bitcoin,
Okay.
and if I would have invested,
You'd have been able to buy several Bitcoin.
I wouldn't be working. I'll tell you that. I would just
Yeah.
I would just be relaxing, doing whatever I want to do, and my community would have got improved.
Well, do you remember? I don't know. No, I don't. When were you born?
I was born in 1990.
Yeah. Then you don't remember this. But Bitcoin, you could actually mine your own.
Mm-hmm.
You can actually make your own big. I mean, I know you know it, but you don't remember when it was happening because it was before you were born. But you could actually make your own Bitcoin if you ran your server 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and you had a really good video card, you could actually make your own Bitcoin. And I knew about it then, but I didn't know it was gonna blow up now. And I had a really good video card, and I ran my computer 24/7 because I built my own water system for it, my own water cooling system for it. Kind of kicking myself for not for not having mined my own Bitcoin back then, because Bitcoin is what is it? Well, last I looked, it was like $56,000 per Bitcoin. I don't know what it is now, but I mean it was.
Give me 2 seconds.
It's gone way up, the price of Bitcoin. And
it's $46,000 and 57, 60,
also it's come
72,
down a little
71,
bit.
70,
Yeah.
71, 75.
Yeah, so
That's what it does. So you got to be able to sell fast.
yeah, so yeah, you know, a lot of people don't really understand what digital currency is, right? Can you kind of explain what digital currency is?
Well, I mean, digital currency is kind of like any other currency, but let's see here. I'm trying to think of a way to explain it. People didn't trust banks and they didn't trust the monetary system, so they wanted to invest in cryptocurrency like this is my currency. And while it has very negative, it could have negative implications.
Yeah, but those anything can have negative. I mean, I have guns. Guns could have some positive implications, and they can have some negative implications. So what? Everything is like that.
Well, I mean, but the thing about it is like, so, I mean, I'm going to invest in some cryptocurrency. I put $50. I literally put like 50, 60 bucks in the Shiba, right? And if it gets to and I bought millions of shares.
Yeah.
Like to be exact, I bought 8.84 million.
Did you use Coinbase?
No, I used Webull.
Webull, okay.
You can trade cryptos there too.
Okay.
So, so that's what I used, and if that goes to let's just look right now. I have my phone up. I can show you.
So with Webull, when I was with I'm still with them. Coinbase, you need two different programs. You need one program in order to purchase, and then one program in order to trade. With Webull, you can do both with just that one program. Is that right?
And Coinbase is, and I don't like Coinbase personally, but so just to emphasize my point here, let's go to total, close all. Boom.
Binance, that's it. That's the other one.
If this coin gets to 1 cent, 1 cent, I would have made $88,000.
Holy smoke! Nice.
So, and if it goes to where Doge has been to a quarter, Doge has been above that, but if it gets to a quarter, I'm looking at $2 million.
Nice, sir. That's very nice.
I can retire off $2 million.
Yeah.
Through dividend investing.
Well, yeah. Well, $2 million at my age, I can retire.
No,
my age, I can for sure.
I could retire out with $2 million and invest it, and I could show you how to invest $2 million to where you're making like 60 to 75K a year.
Yeah, my wife, I told my wife we were gonna make the show, and I told her that you know how to do stocks, and she said, well, you need to learn from him. I'm like, babe, So you have advice to give people, and from from what I'm seeing here, you're making money. It's good advice. And
the thing about it is right now I'm in a space in my life where I'm doing dividend investment, but I'm not doing it as hard. That's basically just my fail-safe, because you're going to, over long term, you're going to build wealth, but I'm young enough right now, and I have multiple streams of income to where I'm doing day trading. Because even if I lost all of the money that I have in the stock market, I'm still going to pay my bills. I'm not gambling the rent money.
Yeah.
So with what I'm doing right now and my age and everything, and I have more upside potential and less downside potential because I've already got my job and I'm already lined up. I'm building capital. So that way, boom. Like right now, if I wanted to, and I didn't have a house payment, I could retire easy. Just because I live pretty frugally. I don't spend a lot of money. I'm not really big into material things and things like that. So I'd rather cook. I would rather cook at home
Hmm.
than go out to eat because I feel like I can make a better steak at my house.
I haven't purchased steak in a while, so I need to make money in the stock market so I can start purchasing steak.
I mean, and you can just purchase steak. They're not that expensive. That like
I have bills, sir.
I've seen you drink a can of like a can one little not it wasn't a soda. It was like a
The Gatorade?
like a well
Are
even
you talking about this stuff here?
oh no
That's 50 cents.
yeah no but I'm talking about the Gatorade or the Buy or the
Yeah, mhm.
but it's like $2.50.
Mhm.
If you really wanted a steak, you could go get a steak for $4.
Yeah.
So that's just two.
No, I can afford steak. It's just, I'm being extremely frugal.
Because I mean, you could go get steak. You could go get steak for the same price. You go to Whataburger or
Mhm.
you go to Burger King,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
and you get way more full.
Hmm. And it tastes better. Not that I'm dissing Whataburger. That's a South Texas staple.
Burger Boy is better. I said it.
I haven't eaten at Burger Boy in a long time. Is it really good?
It's-
I
it's
like
better.
Burger King too.
I'm not really a fan of Burger King, but Burger Boy is good. I
Burger
also
Boy?
like Culver's. That's a Wisconsin-based.
Oh
food
yeah,
chain.
yeah. Actually, when I was working for that company that I lost my job, I got laid off. Remember? Actually, Culver's was one of my customers. I liked Culver's. You're right. I did. I liked Culver's, especially that big butter bun, whatever it was.
Oh, yeah.
that was really good stuff.
Do you mind if I get a splash of water there from you, sir?
Sure. I haven't drank out of that. Yeah.
I mean, it's fine.
I've been pouring that into a glass.
I just need a little.
It's carbonated though.
I don't care.
Okay.
A little water in the whiskey.
Little water in the whiskey. Kind of water it down a little bit.
Well, see, it's not a lot of water. It's just a little bit,
Mhm.
and then it enhances flavor, and
Mhm.
and generally that's how I was always taught. That's how you drink whiskey. Is you just
Mhm.
put a little
Bit of water in it.
a little bit of water, just a tiny bit.
Mhm.
It's like if you put 2 ice cubes in it, when the
Mhm.
ice cubes melted,
Mhm.
that's just the amount of water that you need.
Well, see, I like a little Coke with my whiskey. Coke with my whiskey or rum, but I haven't really had anything to drink in about 12 years, 11, 12 years. So
Congratulations, sir.
I just don't,
I'm-
I'm not on the wagon. I've just stopped drinking it because, I stopped drinking because I'm usually the designated driver. That's why I stopped drinking.
Well, I'm Irish, and if I were to stop drinking,
Yeah,
that would be a sin.
yeah.
That's like a sin against God.
So, but, okay. So, okay. Walk me through this. Okay. So now I understand how to do a little research on stocks.
Mhm.
I understand a little bit about what stocks are.
Mhm.
Now, if somebody wanted to start purchasing stocks, let's say they wanted to buy BBIG, okay, and they wanted to buy it, they could buy it through Webull. So they have to download Webull, say on their phone. Can they do it on a computer? I'm assuming they can, right? So you can go to the Webull website, I guess.
I mean, you could. I mean, most computers have an app store now.
Have an app. Oh yeah, that's right. The Windows app, right? Okay, Windows app. All right. So you go to Webull is just one of many, but Webull is one that you like because they're not commission based, right?
That's not why I like Webull specifically. Is because they have access to technical charts.
Okay.
They throw news out there for you. They put companies' financials out there for you. Lots of different things, which is why I like that. If you're a day trader and you like to day trade, they enable hotkeys. They have hotkeys, so that way you can just press 3 buttons and sell.
Okay.
Like you can just click F8 and sell.
Okay. Makes it easy. Okay.
And like you can set up the hotkeys to where I'm going to sell 100 shares
Okay.
at the bid price. Boom, bam.
Okay.
Or the current price that it is right now. Boom.
Okay. So whether they download the app or they go on their computer to the Webull page, I guess it would be, or a Webull app on their computer, then let's say they wanted to purchase BBIG. Now, you just got to decide how much money you want to spend because can you buy fractional?
Yes.
Okay, so let's say I wanted to spend $500, okay, on BBIG. And what is BBIG closing at right now? That's what the current price is, right? That's how you say it?
After market hours, it closed at 9.79.
Okay, 979. Okay, I'm assuming what you would do is you would recommend that people look at the chart, the flow chart, how it's been going up and how it's been going down. Has it been going up more than it's been going down? What's happening in the news? So kind of pay attention to things that are happening in the news. Maybe they're gonna go skyrocketing because they've developed a new vaccine, or they developed a new jet fuel that's going to be used on a space shuttle, and there's going to be a mission to Mars, in 6 months. So these are the kind of things you want to look at, which would make that skyrocket, right?
Yeah. And and each individual industry is different. So like like pharmaceuticals and things. So you can literally go to the FDA website and see things that are pending FDA approval and what stage they're in and things like that. So like if you think like with neuro, when I made that $2,000 that one time, I could look at it. I looked at the FDA website, and then I looked at what was pending and things like that, and then all of the information I was getting from multiple different sources was all looking positive. It wasn't looking like it was going to get denied. So I went ahead and jumped in, and I jumped in early.
And it worked out for you.
And it worked out. I mean,
Yeah.
it went from $4 to 30, and I sold off at 30, and I had like,
That's pretty good.
yeah, I had a lot of money in there too.
Yeah.
But what I did is and this is my risk. I could have made more money, but as it was going up, I sold it. I sold just the amount of shares that I needed to sell to cover my initial investment, and then the rest was all just free money. At that point,
Yeah.
like the stock market could have tanked to $1, and I still made money.
Yeah.
And that
What it's about.
and that's generally how I do my risk. With BBIG, I did something a little bit different, and I put all of my money in it. And so I made money, and then I put all of my money in it again. So right now, as it stands, I could be losing money. I could be losing about $600.
So how often do you check what your stocks are doing?
It depends whether I'm day trading or I'm doing long-term investments.
Okay, so let's say you're doing a long-term investment, right? Do you look at it often, or do you just, say, hey, I'm going to let it sit for a month before I look at it?
I mean, I look at mine twice a day, but I mean,
Even if it's whether it's long-term or not, right?
I mean, if it's day trading, I'm constantly watching.
Oh yeah,
it.
every chance you get.
And I'm not really going to I'm not going to buy it and just sit there, and walk away from my phone and things. I'm going to buy it, and then I'm going to wait. Like, generally, my work day for stocks is 10-15 minutes, and I'm constantly looking at the computer.
So let's see what my Tesla is right now. I bought my Tesla fractional. I bought it, I guess, about 4 months ago, and well, it's actually gone up a little bit, even more than it was a couple of days ago.
And
Tesla's doing all right.
And it'll
gone up 12%.
And that's a lot. 12% is a lot.
0.12%.
Oh. I'm like,
sorry, 12.12%.
I'm like, that's a whole lot.
Yeah, that's a whole lot. 0.12. Yeah.
Like, but with Neuro, when I had that big one, it went up like 800%.
Yeah.
So
that is a huge amount. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's quite a bit. So I'm gonna check my Facebook real quick, just because I have people that oh, well, I guess no one wanted to comment on my stuff, so I don't feel loved anymore. But that's a little bit about stocks. Every week we'll discuss some more things, and we'll get into some technical analysis of things. And when like if you're going to do long term, when is a good time to buy a stock? When is a good time to sell a stock? Because you could just peruse the news, but I mean that's basically throwing a dart at the dartboard.
Yeah.
Because
blindfolded.
You just don't know.
Yeah.
And I mean, statistically speaking, even if you did that, you'd still make money over the long term. But there's specific technical analysis that you can do. Like they have Bollinger Bands, they have the MACD line, they have a whole bunch of things that you can.
Don't know what he's saying.
Yeah, and
he's speaking another language.
And the YouTube will be your best friend, but.
Yeah.
Hey, I'll be your best friend too, because I'm not greedy. I'm not trying to hide secrets.
That's why y'all need to call in and talk to him a little bit, because pick his brain.
I mean, we're always, for every single one of our shows, we're always open to calls, and we'll completely go off of our scheduled talking points to talk to you. You could literally pop in and say hi.
Yeah, whenever we go live, and we're live tonight, right now, it's 210-233-9968. And if you have any questions for Zach about this, But I'm kind of getting the feeling we're going to be closing out here in a few moments.
Oh, we will be, because I mean we generally tried to keep
Gone about 45 minutes.
Yeah, we try to keep it under 30, around 30. So it's been great talking to you guys, and I hope you guys keep tuning in.
Yeah. Well, congratulations on the money you've made, and I need to pick your brain as well. So, okay.
Thank you,
This
sir.
is Ricky Midnight.
And this is Zach Mullins.
I'm proudly unpoisoned. God bless America, and God bless Texas.
Y'all have a good one.
Thanks for listening to The Uncensored Voice.
Make sure to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. And remember, on The Uncensored Voice, we tell it like it is.
So be safe, my friends, and may God bless America.